a Killface, a Grimace, a Unkabuck, Strawberries, Mama, Mike, Rebecca, Seashell, Vanna, Vicky, Rira. And they're saying thank you to the people who joined my Patreon. Hey, Sandra. Or even just the people who like commented on the video or anything like that. How much does it cost? Anywhere from free to $5. Log from Park Omega. I honestly forget where Park Omega even is. Yeah, my Patreon is anywhere from free to $5. Hey, Buttercup. Two Stupid Dogs was a really cute show. I almost completely forgot about it. Hey, Catherine. I did see your comment, Catherine. The animals were just perfection and she fed a deer like my hort. Aw, that does sound cute. Wish I could have gone with her. But I was working. Hey, Celtic. Didn't know that was free patron. It's optional. So, whenever I post a video on there, whenever I post anything on YouTube or on Patreon, I should say, sort of similar to YouTube, honestly. Well, actually, no, YouTube doesn't have like, I don't even remember. Hey, don't talk. Anyway, the point is, whenever I post anything on Patreon, I can choose whether it's free or whether it's members only. Do I have autism? Probably. At some point, I'll start doing it so that members get early access to it. I'll probably try to do some members only stuff as well here and there. I'll definitely. Hold on. Sorry, I noticed Fang was slipping a little bit. Hey, Cheshire. See, I'll probably do I'll probably try to do like some members only stuff here and there. You're checking out my ass. Fair enough, Uncle Buck. I'll try. I probably won't do a huge amount of members only, but I will do members early. And actually, yes, that's right. You can make YouTube videos members only. Because there was a video I was gonna watch from Charismatic Voice. I don't remember what it was now. There's a video I was gonna watch from her, but it was members only. Cup is sparkling. Yeah, I gave it a full clean a couple days ago. I got done circling the tree like a vulture and managed the lights. Yeah, I don't miss decorating Christmas trees. Start prominently showing members on the events and channels I haven't joined. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, I understand why they're doing it. And I don't necessarily mind members only videos being a thing. It's just once in a while, once in a blue moon, it'll be like, man, that was something I actually kind of wanted to. Here's the glass, Buttercup. Hey, Brooka. That looks nice. Yep. Skyscraper buildings for around the tree now. And silliness gets me life. Definitely way more effort than I would ever be willing to put into anything like that. Hope the PPG theme song appears. I imagine that'll be a while user. Buttercup. Gonna be X-Men at the whole top of the tree to themselves. I wouldn't expect Powerpuff Girls for a while because it seems to be mostly alphabetical. Not early on. For some reason, it doesn't start off alphabetical, but then it becomes alphabetical at some point. Though I noticed the Batman the animated theme song didn't appear because I recorded another one last night. Great theme song, but maybe unbiased. Because yeah, I recorded another one last night. Finished off like the first video of 7. Um, I think just entering the seas, maybe. I don't remember. But it has Batman Beyond. Like the third one is Batman Beyond. Does not have Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, work always sucks. Which it's in the thumbnail. Like the thumbnail shows Batman. Hey, Orchidea. But like doesn't have Batman. Which is wild because that is legitimately one of the absolute greatest intros ever. Can we expect the content we've always truly wanted from you? Probably not. Maybe in a later bid. It better be in a later bid. But yeah, if history is anything to go by, it will not be the content you always want from me. Oh, hey, no new album by Portugal the Man. What was the line? I am vengeance. I am or no, I am the night. I am vengeance. I am Batman. Done for minoring in French. No, French is definitely a useful language to know. depending on where you live. It's Ben Affleck. No, it is not Ben Affleck. It's Kevin Conroy. Also, hi, Becky. Kevin Conroy will always be the voice of Batman, as far as I'm concerned. Guess will be better to just hire a tutor to teach me French or major in it. Hi, Joanna. For the record, Killface. Catherine's screen name is a reference to the X-Men. In the X-Men, Catherine Ann Summers is the mother of Cyclops. And Cyclops has a son named Nathan, who is Cable. Hi, Pyro. No election this winter. Good. I haven't been paying too much attention to the Epstein files. Yeah, so when Catherine mentions her grandson Nathan, she's making an X-Men joke. Alex Engraver. Yeah, but I mean, do you really want to remember those two? Just one Nathan. Technically, well, I mean, also alternate version. I guess there are alternate versions of them. There is also Nate Gray, who is like an alternate timeline version of Cable. Oh, my God. That's a lie. Nobody loves Vulcan, Catherine. Nobody loves Vulcan. I say Nathan and Nathan and Nathan. I didn't even mention her say Nathan 3 times. And great grandchildren. Oh yeah, I suppose Hope would be a great grandchild. At least, you know. At least outside of outside of alternate timelines, Hope would be the main grandchild. Not a fan of her. Yeah, he is a jerk. Hey, Revshin, he is a jerk. Aren't the Summers basically genetically superior? I mean, Sinister certainly thinks so. Tech jobs are saturated. It's overwhelming. Don't even know what to expect in the future. Yeah. Jigglypuff. I do not have a Jigglypuff. So, I'm sorry if I'm missing your I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments, Orchidia. I do not have a Jigglypuff plushie. I have no Pokemon plushies. I have no Pokemon anything. I've never cared about Pokemon. Humiliate myself. That's me. I'm sorry. You like Strafe the most? Actually, that's true. Yes, Strafe. I forgot about Strafe as clone of Cable, so technically yes. Stray's kind of a doofus. I don't know. I honestly think that Stripe is kind of dorky. Like in a cute way as well. Like in a fun, like sometimes in a really fun way. Like he is sometimes dorky in a really amusing way. Assume French and Canadian people are tangentially related somehow. So mad but so strong. He is a mad. He is very mad. He is an angry little boy. He is an angry, angry man. American prejudices. I need job shooting. Eh. Eh. I need turn now. America. No, it's not working hard. I mean, yeah, give me more hours. I do need more hours each week. I've got 12 hours this week, but that's fucking nothing. At least get me up to like 24 a week. Yeah, at least 24 hours a week would be fine. Yes, I have a new rice cooker. Hi, Tara. I am not comfortable saying where I work. And yeah, as for interacting with coworkers, no, it's work from home, so I don't interact with any coworkers. Hours ago, I don't know that they will. Try making a quest for more. Hi, Danielle. Yep. It's a remote job. He changes channels on the TV. That's a terrible joke, Buttercup. My second job. I'd rather like at some point I'll just like look for a different job. Like, I'm not going to bother keeping this one if they're not going to give me hours. I ripped. Losing hope they'll ever change it back to usernames. It's looking unlikely, yeah. I think my name is normal in Chantel's chat. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how YouTube works. Yeah, I'll try to visit her soon. How come she can't continue? Well, the reason I need to go up is to see the apartment again. Like the main reason I need to go up to visit her is I want to check out the apartment again. I want to check out the bedroom. I don't think I mentioned my mom loaned me a tape measure, so I've measured my bed and my desk. Probably measure my chair as well. Um, do some measurements so I can figure out, okay, will this all work? Will I be able to make it work? So, like, yeah, I mean, she probably could come down to Cornwall. But she does also have a cat. And, she's still trying to get settled into her apartment. So, my order was supposed to be here between 6 to 8. 7:59, I got a text saying it's been delayed till 9:10. Need my strawberry lemonade. Boo. So, yeah. So that's why I am going to go visit her. all 2 liters. And yeah, I suspect she is probably back here for good. The Steam gaming console, the Gabe Cube. Do you mean the Gabe Cube, Pyro? I did see the Gabe Cube, and very cool. I won't be buying it. I have no need for it, but very cool. While Steam is far from perfect, they definitely have their issues. The reality is, it's still a kind of a. It is run by somebody who loves games. Like, honestly, that's integral to Steam's success, I think. And like why people have much higher opinions of Steam than they do basically anyone else in the video game industry. Hi, 2-inch. It's not run by some guy who's looking. It's not run by some guy who's counting pennies. It's not run by a money man. It's run by a dude who loves games. So a fair number of, more often than not, the decisions they make are coming from a place of we love games. Give up on Nintendo right now. Which do Brick Threat? I didn't even hear about that one. And the wild thing is Nintendo is still probably better than like Sony or Microsoft as far as business ethics go. Like of the major video game developers, Nintendo probably has the best ethics. And they've got some serious problems. Use any non-proprietary software, they will break your Switch too. Oof. Okay, yeah, that's kind of extreme. That does seem pretty extreme. Nintendo's always been very protective of their stuff. I think it goes back to the fact that it was necessary in the early days. Like in Nintendo's early days, they had to be super protective. Because, like, the reason the video game industry crashed back in the 80s was because of slopware. So when Nintendo launched the Famicom, they only, you wanted if you wanted to be if you wanted to release a game on their console, they had to approve it. You had to get their seal of approval for it. What were slop, like just bad game, like just terribly made games. What can you do sleepover? I don't know, Killface. I'll need to talk about that whenever I do get a chance to go up. There's no physical games. Decided to continue to play games. You heard slutware? No, slop. Hey, Lori. Advantages of having room. I mean, financial. I mean, it depends on the roommate you have. But, someone to split tasks with. Someone that you can hang out with anytime that you feel like it. Slop. S-L-O-P. Like sloppy. Hey, Callie. So yeah, like Nintendo back in when they launched the Famicom and the original Nintendo Entertainment System, yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're going to submit your game to us for approval before it can be played on our console." And that sort of, I think, even after they sort of removed that restriction later on and later consoles, even after they got rid of the Nintendo seal of approval thing, they've sort of always had that attitude of we got to protect our IP, we got to protect our reputation. State your order again. Boo. Just want some games minus the corporate greed. You got to go back to making it for the fans. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get the Nintendo standpoint. Oh, we got to make money, but I mean, they do make a lot of money. Protect the brand, especially back at that time. Exactly. Console wars were getting. Well, this was pre-console wars. Like this was like before the console wars. This is after the big video game crash of the 80s, before like the original Famicom launched and everything, before it was so long before the console wars. A big part of the reason why the video game industry crashed was because there was just a huge number of subpar games being released. Like there was just no quality control going on. So when Nintendo came out with their Famicom, they're like, oh no, we gotta have quality control here. I think the wars are over. Cross-platforming next year, Xbox and some PS games. The console wars aren't over. I mean, yeah, I don't think the console wars are entirely over. They're nowhere near as fierce as they used to be. Back in the Nintendo versus Sega days, and then Nintendo versus Sony versus Nintendo versus PlayStation versus Xbox. That era, console Cold War, kinda like there's still hostilities. There's still shots being taken by each side. Knew how important QC was because of that on protecting their brand for longevity. Yeah, I mean, like it was like at the time it was an absolute necessity. Like it was a survival, it was a survival thing at the time. They needed to make sure that people knew if you buy a Nintendo game, at the very least, it will be fucking playable. It may or may not actually end up being a particularly good game, but it will at least be it will at least be playable. Aside, occasionally game-breaking bugs are going to slip through. There's no getting around it. Game-breaking bugs are going to slip through. But actual effort is made to limit the risk of that. So it was a survival thing because people did not have trust in the video game industry. Nintendo needed to be able to tell people, you can trust. You can trust that this will not be fucking E.T. game. Seem to present the image forward thinking. Oh, they definitely do present that image. Like usually. I would say usually Nintendo does sort of present itself as sort of the more innovative of the developers. They're not necessarily going to have the best hardware, but they're going to have the most interesting ideas. Usually. Like the Nintendo 64. They added joysticks and, shoulder buttons and things like that. They were doing that before, they were adding shoulder buttons before anyone else and joysticks before anyone else. So, like, that was like, they were doing new things with that. The GameCube was a write-off. Like the GameCube, that one, they did nothing unique. They did nothing interesting with that one. That one was just straight up a failure on their part. And, I mean, I don't want to say failure. I mean, I think it, sold reasonably well. But, like, they weren't doing anything innovative with the GameCube. But then the Wii was when they were like, okay, yeah, we're going back to being the guys who, like, we come up with the ideas that everyone else is going to copy. Everyone else is going to be copying our homework here. We're not going to have the best hardware, but we're going to have the ideas that everyone else is going to steal, in their next generation. So the Wii, they introduced the motion control. The Switch was a really interesting idea because it was like a variation on the Game Boy. Never played a GameCube, but it seems cool. Yeah, I never played it either. And I mean, some of the games were good. It was just like the GameCube just didn't innovate. Like it's not even necessarily the GameCube was a bad console. It's that it was not innovative in the way that Nintendo has traditionally presented itself as being. N64 changed the game too. To a certain extent. They introduced the Rumble Pack, actually. You know what? And I will fucking blame them for that shit. Fucking Rumble Pack? Fuck you! Gods, I fucking hate Rumble shit. They did CDs. Which, like, every other console was already doing CDs. Oh, my Switch OLED handhelds were awesome. Love the 3DS. And 64 still. Okay, actually, yeah, that's true. The Nintendo 64 with Mario 64. Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, those kind of were game changing. Like those were games that were like, Nintendo 6 or Mario 64 in particular. Mario 64, that was a genuine game changer of a game. Star Fox. Yep. The Star Fox wasn't. Star Fox is not as good anymore. Donkey Country. Well, that one was Super Nintendo, and again, that was definitely a major step forward in terms of what video games could look like. Definitely like graphical steps forward, technical steps forward for Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. Okay, we'll go down here. Oh, Ocarina of Time is absolutely one of the best games of all time. Yeah. And I think did have a huge influence on adventure games to following it. It was a leading company in amateur-friendly games. That is another big advantage for Nintendo. Nintendo definitely is the company that says, "Hey, casuals, come on, pick it up. We got easy shit. We got easy, fun shit that you can just pick up and play. You don't need to spend, you don't need to spend 100 hours getting good at this. Pick up and play anytime. Oh, you haven't played for you haven't been back for 6 months. You're at your skills are a bit rusty. No worries. Hi, Gingers. It's my level. Yeah, I'm not much beyond that, frankly. Nintendo made games. They should just hard enough to be annoying sometimes, but you can accomplish it and feel dopamine when you eventually do. What's funny is Nintendo Hard used to be a trope. Like FPS. But yeah, like people used to talk about games being Nintendo Hard. This was in the days before Dark Souls. Like this was like, the original Nintendo. Games for the original Nintendo were brutally tough. Notoriously difficult. Hey, Share Bear. And now, Turok was Nintendo 64. The first Turok. The first Turok game was Nintendo 64, yeah. Hey, Gingers. You can at least join. I mean, like, you can join the free. Like, you can sort of subscribe for free and watch, like, a lot of the videos I post on there, I will make free. Going along, I will start making it so that, like, so that, like, paid members get early access to videos. But even at that, I suspect most of what I post on there, I will still make free as well. So you don't need to worry about paying. You can just get free merch. I don't think I'll do free, or I don't think I'll do merch. Link's Awakening will always be my favorite. Never played Link's Awakening. The only Zelda games I played. So I played Ocarina of Time on the 64 and on the 3DS. So I played Ocarina of Time. I did play Majora's Mask, but I wasn't able to beat it. I didn't own it. Like, I didn't buy Majora's Mask. I was, like, renting it from Blockbuster. And I wasn't able to beat it in time. Did play Twilight Princess. I did also play Twilight Princess. And then I played Breath of Fire, or Breath of the Wild. I did play Breath of the Wild, but I didn't actually complete it. Love Mario Sunshine so much. Never played that one. Blockbuster Fridays yet. Do a shirtless merch. Just a plain shirt. That'll be my merch. Just a plain T-shirt. Both Breath of the Wild and Toki. I watch Let's Plays. I've watched Let's Plays of both those games, and honestly, that's good enough for me. I don't really feel a need to beat it myself. You will not purchase that. No cheat code for Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right. A, B, start. Bonus Legend, hell yeah. You're gonna get a save file right before the final battle so you can replay it in practice. Oh, BA, right, BA. Select start, right. Good night, Catherine. Frankly, I probably won't be on much longer either. Hungry, so I'll be ending in like 10 minutes. Yeah, so like there's a lot of games where like I feel like just watching somebody else play them is good enough for me. Your mom should be on your merch. Yeah, like Assassin's Creed. I was watching a Let's Play at the Assassin's Creed games. I put it on hold because right now I'm watching somebody do a blind Let's Play of Chrono Trigger. I just sort of want to see her react. I just want to see the reactions to certain moments. I will say, watching a blind Let's Play of a game you know can be a very frustrating experience. Especially like old Super Nintendo games, they don't give you they don't tell you where to go. Like, you know, it's very easy to just like in most Super Nintendo, in most older games, it's really easy to the point where like I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go right now. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do, what's going on. Because you didn't realize that, you know, some random NPC gives a vague hint about what you're supposed to do. Let's get tired playing Ocarina of Time at night alone. I mean, some of that stuff, yeah. The well. The Roven Zelda never skipped the dog, bro. I'm gonna Google what to do and cheat. Oh, I always cheat. I figure shit on my own. I don't have fucking time for that. I don't have time for that. I will cheat all day, every day with damn near any game I play. Basically, any game I play, I'm probably using a walkthrough. Still cheap playing Mario Kart 64. Because I want to see the content. I want to see the story. No patience. Yeah. Part of it might come from when I got Earthbound for the Super Nintendo. That one comes with the player's guide. With the player's guide. I'm absolutely cheater. But like And I got the player's guide for Mario RPG as well. I think I got that from through subscription to Nintendo Power. But like, so Earthbound came with the player's guide. Because a lot of the puzzles in that game were, or like some of the things in that game were pretty obtuse. So, I played with the guide, and I enjoyed playing that game with the guide, and it just sort of got me into that habit. And then Mario RPG, like I said, I had the guide, so I played through that one with the guide and enjoyed it. It was like video and arcade top 10 existed. True. Good night, Jamie. Support my decisions at all times, most of the time. Tend to even have a number you can call for hints. Paid, I believe, wasn't it? So I wasn't going to use that. Nintendo 64 good games. Some. It where the Nintendo 64 suffered most was Nintendo's soured relationship with Square meant not much in the way of RPGs. I'm paying for shit. Yeah. I'm not paying for hints about a video game. Yeah, the Nintendo 64 did not have a lot in the way of RPGs. And what they had was generally not well received. Like Quest 64, as I recall, the general reception for that one was meh. Aim Chronicles, the general reception to Aim Chronicles was what? I actually did really like Aim Chronicles, honestly. There's a part of me that kind of wouldn't mind playing through that. Maybe find like an emulator or something to play that one. Decon, a lot of those games also. Banjo-Kazooie. So yeah, I mean, the Nintendo 64 definitely had some great games. Mario 64, Ocarina of Time. Diddy Kong Racing was better than Mario Kart. Hot take, but Diddy Kong Racing legitimately was so much better than Mario Kart. Love Diddy Kong Racing. It was so good. The fact that you had other vehicles, not just cars, you had other vehicles as well, made it so much more interesting. Even if the water skis sucked. Or jet skis, whatever. Even if the water shit sucked. Better video games, Mirror Footy. I mean, probably me just because I play them once in a while. But I mean, that said, she played Silent Hill. She played Fallout 3. I think she might have played through a bit of Dead Space, or like a good chunk of Dead Space. So she actually plays way more intense games than I do. I am better than her at Mario Kart. love banjo. It is a fun instrument. Nah. Gauntlet Legends. Yeah, I played Gauntlet. I played Gauntlet Legends. That was a fun game. That was definitely a really fun game. I don't know that that's a deep cut though. That one was pretty popular, I think. Banjo Bazooka now. Tui came out on the Switch Online service, and I was so happy. No, like I said, for like N64 deep cuts, like I said, Eden Chronicles is way deeper cut. I don't think anyone, like, no one played Eden Chronicles. That game was just a total bust. The scores were generally like mediocre at best. And like I said, I don't think anyone played it. But Gauntlet Legends? No, that game was that game got a lot of really good reviews. So shit, it got nominated for an award. Spyro the Dragon. Never played that one. So yeah, I think Gauntlet Legends, like, yeah, like that was probably like a game that I think probably most people with the Nintendo 64 probably did play that one. I don't want to say most, but a lot of people played that one. But yeah, like I said, RPGs, the Nintendo 64 had nothing. I think Quest 64 might have been the biggest RPG on that console, and it had pretty middling reception. Did 4 controllers and 4 people? I mean, as I recall, 2 people could manage it. 2 or 3 people was good. Even if you didn't have 4 people, you'd be able to do it. Well, Zelda wasn't an RPG. Zelda was an adventure game. That was an action adventure. No, I mean like RPGs, like JRPGs. Hey. Maybe yours were. I'm thanking those who subscribed to my Patreon or commented or watched or commented on my first Patreon video. Yeah, like for like I'm talking like sort of JRPG style, not necessarily from Japan, but like that style of leveling up abilities. Final Fantasy is what I'm talking about when I say RPG. Final Fantasy or Breath of Fire, Dragon Quest. Anyway, I'm hungry, so I'm going to get going so I can eat. I also need to do my laundry tonight. So yeah, I'm going to get going. So thanks for watching. And good night, everybody.